dissects the U.S. Senate's torture report, the former CIA director who oversaw a big bunch of that torture, Michael Hayden, is getting caught in the media's crosshairs. Everyone is picking apart this man who held such a distinguished position. And a big part of that picking is happening because of the distinguished testimony he gave in front of Congress back in 2007. When questioned about it, he said that his purpose for testifying back then was to, quote, put my arms around the other political branch and try to decide a way forward. I was straightforward and honest. See? He was just giving Congress a warm, fuzzy hug about torture. During that distinguished testimony, he swore that waterboarding sessions were kept to 2 per day. However, the new report says that's not true, that some detainees were subjected to 3 waterboarding sessions in a 24-hour period. In 2007, Hayden also swore that no detainee was subjected to the pouring of water for more than 12 minutes a day, but the new report says otherwise. In 2007, the distinguished Hayden also told Congress that detainees had never been denied some way to relieve themselves hygienically. At the very least, Hayden said, they'd have access to a bucket to dispose of their waste. But the new report says detainees were routinely placed in diapers and that waste buckets weren't always made available. On the topic of diet, Hayden said back in 2007 that detainees were put on liquid diets only to help them recover from other ailments. But the new report says they were put on liquid diets so they wouldn't puke so much after waterboarding. Hayden also said flat out back in 2007 that punches and kicks were never authorized and had never been used by the distinguished CIA. But the new report says that not only were detainees punched, they were slapped around, dragged down corridors, and suffered rough takedowns as a regular part of the, quote, atmospherics of the CIA interrogations. Hayden lied to Congress about a lot of things in 2007, and all of those lies are coming out now in the new report. As blogger Andrew Sullivan put it, Hayden has lied so brazenly and so often, anything he says must be treated with suspicion. Which is why it's extra ridiculous to learn what Hayden is up to now. Because he's now actually a distinguished visiting professor at George Mason University in the School of Policy, Government, and International Affairs. So, if you're looking to be a world-class liar and torture supporter, Michael Hayden sure has a very distinguished class for you. Tonight, let's talk about that.